Newcomer, I have been on my feet for nearly an hour, and I have just about had enough of it. Be so kind as to retrieve my absentee husband and my dear Eustasia, so I might be finished with this so-called leisure stroll. Of course they're missing. My fool husband let our prized hound off her leash to frolic along the beach. Poor Eustasia didn't know what to make of her freedom, and went charging off after a hare. Durell took off in pursuit, and I've seen neither since. Into the wilderness, off toward that old way shrine. How far could they have really gone? I would give anything to have my precious Eustasia safely in my arms again. Find her for me, and I will make it worth your while. I should be reclining on my lounge with a quarter-millennium-aged port, and Eustasia nestled in my bosom. But no, Durell insisted we take a stroll along the beach. Go traipsing off into the woods? What do you take me for? That's better left to people accustomed to such conditions. I am precisely as concerned as I need to be, but I don't see how that's any of your business. If Durell hadn't put me in this very awkward position, I wouldn't need to be concerned at all. A prized waxing terrier. It took 16 generations of careful selection to produce a breed distinct from the common Glenumbran terrier. The region is known for its impurities. I took it as a challenge. Merely a hobby, but one I excel at. My darlings have taken best in show at every show in Summerset. I have even been awarded a commendation for excellence in breeding by the Sapiarchs. Oh, my dear Eustasia! Look at her shaking! She's positively terrified! What happened? Yes. He commissioned this on the announcement of our wedding. Gaudy thing. He's dead, you say? Just like Durell to leave me a mess to clean up. Keep that bauble for your trouble. It must be worth something to someone. Oh, what a disaster! It will take weeks to get the mats out of her coat. Well, I can't tell anyone he died chasing our dog into the woods, can I? It's beneath my dignity. I'll have one of the servants return for him after I've given Eustacia a proper bath. I imagine I'll say he was killed hunting or some such. You see the doe-eyed adoration of that dog? That's the look of a creature who loves too much for her own good. Bless her. Durell was the same way, and look where that got him. I suggest you invest your own cares more prudently and move along.
Enough, Silery. These mysterious deaths are our business to solve, not yours.
Little busy at the moment. You know, now's not the time to be wandering around, what with the gruesome killings and clueless investigators. Could wind up dead, or answering questions until you wish you were. From what I gather, soldiers at Cey-Tarn Keep have been disappearing in the night, only to have their desiccated bodies show up days later. The garrison's completely spooked. I came to look into it, but the divine prosecution beat me here. We don't exactly see eye to eye when it comes to hunting baddies, so now they're going to spend weeks questioning soldiers and measuring footprints, while more people get turned to jerky. Actually, maybe you could help me with that? I really thought I was going to have to do a lot more convincing. Helping strangers break into keeps a hobby of yours. Odd hobby. What I really need is a distraction. If you can keep Linderfoy at the gate, busy for a minute, I can handle the rest. I have a document saying I'm an inspector sent by the proxy queen to investigate. But since Linderfoy and everyone else in there knows that's not true, I can't use it. You, though. Show it to Lynn, act all high society, and waltz right in. Doesn't matter. It'll buy me time to sneak past either way. If you do get inside, all the better. We can partner up. I'm sure you'll do fine. It helps if you imagine a really big stick up your spine. Straight back. Perfect. All right, Royal Inspector. Off you go. Just talk like you've never interacted with an actual person at any point in your life. We'll put a stop to these killings, and maybe not even get arrested. Fun, right? The Divine Prosecution are great at stopping crime and rooting out sedition. But stuff like this, things that go bump in the night, that's when you need a specialist. I'm very special. It's a hobby. Well, more of a lifelong calling that leaves me little time for hobbies, but I'm doing what I love, and in my own way, and I'm really good at it. Not that the Divine Prosecution would ever admit it. The Divine Prosecution cordoned off the area, and like I said, they're not big fans of me. I may have been a bit indelicate when I suggested they collectively had the hunting sense of a blind cliff racer. These things happen. They keep the peace in Summerset, mostly by making sure no one steps out of line. When something's amiss, they investigate and kick the problem in the teeth, if need be. Too dogmatic, though. Who cares about procedure when lives are on the line? Only slightly. And the Order has bigger concerns at the moment. Once it's clear you're not a suspect, I'm sure they'd let you off with a stern warning. But we're not going to get caught, right?
This keep has been ordered sealed by the Divine Prosecution, pending the completion of our investigation. Please be on your way. That's interesting, because investigating these killings is obviously the jurisdiction of the Divine Prosecution, so something tells me you're full of griffin guano. Give me one reason why I shouldn't hold you for questioning. Let me see those. Looks official. I don't know who you are, but this investigation is clearly under our purview. This is about politics, isn't it? Always politics. Of course you can't. Fine, go inside. I won't stand in your way, but stay out of mine.
You must have clenched pretty hard to sell those forged papers to the likes of Lynn. Relax, before you sprain something. Now all we have to do is find and kill a murderous Daedra that's evaded capture for weeks. Easy, right? Most killers don't suck out all your organs and leave a corpse with the consistency of stale bread. Mortal ones, anyway. And neither do vampires, for that matter. Aside from that, I have my methods of sniffing out Daedra. Well, when you expose the stem of an attuned Wilderking rod to air that someone breathed in the presence of a Daedra, it glows orange. Also, my latest Guarblood scribing said, you know what, just watch and learn. I'm getting to that, don't rush me. Just stand back and don't radiate any palpable evil, all right? This is a little trick I picked up in Coral. Stendarr, shine your righteous light on those that would flee your justice. Show me where evil lurks, and I will deliver retribution. 2 lights? There's not supposed to be... All right, whatever. I'll follow this one. Follow that light and see where it leads you. Then meet me inside the refectory. Go, go!